External symptoms get manifested from the internal symptoms. So let us have a small thing on the internal symptoms also. Okay, no problem. I have it over here. Sometimes you feel that you yourself or some people around you are super sensitive. The touch me not categories. ऐसा होता है. You don't meet certain people who are super sensitive. You do meet. Other people don't meet. You know. So the super sensitive people, सोचिए वो super sensitivity क्यों है? The touch me not factor is there, and 7-8 बार दिन में तो वो रो लेते हैं. छोटे reasons के कारण वो रो लेते हैं. देख रहा है. Sometimes the reasons are just too minute. You don't even understand कि इस reason के लिए रो क्यों रहा है. So those super sensitive people are also undergoing mind depression. Some people can't even take decisions independently. Can't even take small decisions independently. घर पे कुछ खाना बनाना है तो फोन करेंगे कि ये सब्जी बनाओ कि वो सब्जी बनाओ. So you don't have that confidence that जो मैं decision लूँगा उसकी मैं responsibility भी ले. So you want to see that the other person's के opinion से कितने बार तो क्या है ना कि अगर कुछ लेना तो you like call a referendum. 10-15 आदमी को पूछा देंगे and then you say that what is your opinion, what is your opinion, what is your opinion. Sometimes a true leader also they not a true leader. Sometimes कोई आदमी को पद मिल जाता है but वो अपना blame अपने ऊपर लेना नहीं चाहता है. So you take opinion from everyone. And some people are like that. They'll take the call on their own. They'll say all the responsibility is mine. If something goes right, it's mine. If something goes wrong, it's mine. Because sometimes his purpose is very, very defined and it's clear in his mind. So low confidence in decision making, that also is a symptom of mind depression. Feeling of insecurity. Fear भी होता है. Phobias भी होते हैं. Fear होता है. वो insecure feeling भी होती है. How many people witness that insecure feeling? You are insecure about what? कौशिक को कुछ नहीं होता है. हर पल पे हर समय में you feel that something wrong could happen. Something wrong could happen. The feeling of insecurity could be relief, but why that feeling comes in? That this is also a type of mind depression. And this insecure feeling can go. See, each of these things can manifest in a big way. Like a fire can spread, and then it can take a form of severe depression. Keep comparing yourself to others and always concluding that एक nature होता है कि वो हर बार we compare with the other person. इससे compare करेगा, उससे compare करेगा. It's okay. Sometimes for inspiration, it's good to compare and then to grow yourself, to make yourself better. But if you see that in conclusion, always you feel that you are the inferior person, that inferiority complex sort of thing is there, that is also a sign of mind depression. Unexplainable feeling of self-hatred and guilt. Anybody feels that? ये वही था जो अपने blame worksheet में किया था. We will put the blame on ourselves, then the guilt will get manifested, and that will lead into depression. You feel the entire world is rejected for one reason. पूरा confidence अपना shatter हो चुका है, and you keep on living in that guilt, and that continuous living in that guilt will take you into depression. And there is no reason for that. कोई explanation भी नहीं होता है कि why it is happening. No hope in anything. In every situation you feel there is no hope. It's सब कुछ में बर्बादी दिखती है. And there is no solution for anything. Everything bad is only going to happen. ये माइल्ड डिप्रेशन से लेकर when it spreads, it could take you to suicide. So you want to end your life. So this we saw as the internal symptoms of depression. Now what are the types of depression? Before we go into the causes of depression and the remedies of depression, in short we will take you into the types of depression. There are basically 3 types of depression. The first, because you need to understand the type of depression to remove and then the cause of that depression and the remedy to remove that depression. तो पहला reactive depression. Incident होता है, like suppose you have a financial loss, you have a death in the family, you have rejection in love, you have cheating in love, you have मान हानि का कोई प्रसंग हो जाता है where your entire you have lost your respect. Some incident like that happens. Sadness comes into your life. When that sadness becomes, you realize that all this is happening to you. See, in this case, very important is in this type of depression, you realize that all this is happening to you, and that when that sadness gets prolonged, it converts into depression. This is the normal type of depression that we all are discussing right now. Now you see this guy over here. कौन सी मूवी का है? आशिकी 2. उसके पास क्या नहीं था? He had everything. Name, fame, money, this, that, then what happened to him? He couldn't control it, yes, and what else? Come on, आपने मूवी तो देखी होगी सब लोगों ने. He lost the purpose of his life. उसको initially नहीं, उसके बाद में जो he was feeling very insecure. Yes, he had a huge level of feeling of insecurity. That was shown in the movie. Then what did he resort to? Excessive alcohol. मैं इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे ये टॉपिक लेना नहीं चाहता था, but ये क्वेश्चन है. Excessive alcohol is also a symptom of depression. Pardon? Loss of confidence also, and then later on it went to suicide. Sometimes what happens is इस चीज से बाहर आने का तरीका क्या है? मेटल होता है, उस मेटल से चाबी भी बनती है और उस मेटल से ताला भी बनता है. सही है? The same metal is being used to make the lock and the key. The same alphabets are used to make bad words and good words. The same alphabets. कोई गाली भी बनती है तो किससे बनती है? Alphabet से. कोई अच्छे वचन भी बनते हैं तो किससे बनते हैं? So your happiness and your sadness are also made from the same thing. What is that? Your thoughts. You can lock yourself into sadness or you can open the key for happiness. It's very, very important to know. So all that is in your hands is your thoughts. So either you can go towards sadness or you can go towards happiness. Now that is the factor that we need to do is from day one we have been working on the same thing is to work on your thoughts, to change your thought process. So this we saw as exogenous or reactive depression. The second type of depression is endogenous depression, and this is basically जो मुन्ना भाई मूवी में. और what did he have? मुन्ना भाई chemical लोचा था उसको, chemical imbalance. Now why does this chemical imbalance happen? काफी लोगों को ये क्वेश्चन आता है कि hormonal imbalance, chemical imbalance, they will know everything. They know that ऐसा सब कुछ है, उनको सब ज्ञान भी सब कुछ होगा. But जब moment आता है ना, they go into dulness. Why does that? हाँ? हाँ. Doctors. No, we're not saying when. Chemical imbalance has taken place. Why does it happen?
Is it related that you are depression because there is not correlation and the hormones are changing suddenly? The sudden change in the hormone can bring in depression and depressive thoughts that it can not
allow. No, आते ही क्यों? Change आते ही क्यों? हाँ?
The changes.
एक को आता है और एक को नहीं आता.
Because everybody has that basic vitamin deficiency or something which will aggravate. किसी को प्री-मेंस्ट्रुअल सिंड्रोम बहुत ज़्यादा होगा और किसी को कुछ नहीं होगा because उसके अंदर विटामिन डी और बाकी के सब प्रॉब्लम्स जिसकी वजह से
Mind is not strong enough to handle the situation.
Mind is not strong. I'll give you a very, very simple spiritual answer for this. It is karmic debt. अपने ही कर्म अपने को पलट कर आते हैं. It's a very simple. This Baba Ji himself said this thing because कितने बार अपने को कोई आंसर नहीं समझ में आता. ये क्यों मेरे साथ होता है? ये चीज इसके साथ क्यों नहीं होता? So when you have no answer left, go for the spiritual logic. That is its karmic debt. So don't question it so much. Don't question why me. Now only question me इस चीज से बाहर कैसे आ सकते. अपनी पूरी जिंदगी इस क्वेश्चनिंग में निकल जाती है. मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ? ये मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ? ऐसा मेरे साथ क्यों होता है? तुम क्या महावीर भगवान के कोई अवतार हो कि तुम्हारे साथ कुछ नहीं हो सकता? हो सकता है तुम्हारे साथ. So don't go in for that. Go in for how do I come out of this? So you have this, and the third type of depression is psychotic depression. Now psychotic depression में एक main point है, the person who is undergoing depression doesn't know. Chemical imbalance में और reactive depression में the person undergoing it is aware of it. Is fully aware of depression, that he is undergoing depression. But in psychotic depression, he is not even aware. The types of psychotic depression would be, एक hallucination होता है उसको. You saw this movie, Kartik calling Kartik? उसको क्या, who can tell me about that movie? What is the punch? What is the main thing of the movie? उसको क्या लग रहा था? एक और कोई है उसका जोगा भाई ने. You used to talk to him. This is all hallucination. You are seeing the world in a different way, and the rest of the world is seeing you in a different way. कोई दूसरे आदमी सबको लग रहा है कि ये आदमी डिप्रेशन में बोल रहा है, ये आदमी मेरे को पागल करके रहे. The person who is undergoing depression will say, these people are the people who make me crazy. He'll never accept that I am undergoing depression. Even this thing, what do you call it? This lady is, who is this lady? उसकी लाइफ के बारे में anybody knows what happened in the end? Yes, that is also type of what? Alcohol and depression. Severe case of alcohol and depression, and she died at the age of 56. वो पूरी मूवी आई थी ना, कंगना रनौत, I think वो लम्हे थी. नहीं, so on the life of Praveen Babi. What did she not have? She was one of the most beautiful women in India. She had money, but she always, उसके I think कितने बार आते थे, I feel that Amitabh Bachchan is about to kill me or something ऐसा कुछ आता था. महेश भट्ट also. 2-3 थे उसके विषय. So these are all hallucinations which she had. What are these all forms of? These are all psychosis depression. So you have hallucination, you have suicidal feeling, you also want to kill certain other people. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Severe case of depression में you would want to go and kill other people. तो कितने बार you do even sometimes of course ऐसा होता है. Pardon? हाँ, so depression is also relate to which one? This Praveen Babi ka? Yes, definitely. No, she was undergoing extreme alcoholism and depression. But these are all forms of the same thing. It's a mental disorder. Schizophrenia is a mental disorder. Active depression. Yeah, that also could be. Yeah, it starts from there. Yeah. You have two mental disorders, neurosis and psychosis. We're not going to that detail. Neurosis, psychosis we have already discussed, and neurosis is the reactive depression part of it. It's another way of explaining the two types of depression. Now we will come to the main point, the causes of depression. ये होता, अपने symptoms देख लीजिए कि क्या क्या दिखता है, अंदर क्या दिखता है, बाहर क्या दिखता है. But depression होता क्यों? Why does it happen? First point is, we have already discussed this point, is non-acceptance of failures. Non-acceptance of failures is the first point. With related to whatever goals we set, with related to relations, life, career, even spirituality, failures come in. Then there are two options: one to accept it and one to not to accept. When you don't accept it, once you accept it, it's very good, you'll try again. Once you don't accept it, what are the two things that you would do? Either you will blame others because they are the reasons for your failures, उसके ऊपर अपन डाल देंगे, or you will blame yourself. When you blame yourself, again you may go into guilt, you may come out of it, you may not come out of it. If you don't come out of the guilt, this is the entire pattern that you don't understand. So how the non-acceptance of failures can lead into depression. So first is if you can start gladly accepting those things, situations, those moments, it's very good. If you want to blame yourself, don't blame others. And if you want to blame yourself also, don't stay in guilt, come out of it. So when you see, setting higher goals is not a problem. It does not mean I don't want to set very high because if I don't achieve it, I'll get depressed. This statement आता है कि नहीं आता है life में? I don't want to set very high goals for myself because if I set very high goals for myself, I may get depressed. Please don't do that. Set high goals for yourself. No problem if you fail. Just no problem. Just be ready to accept it. The life will be very easy. Attempt again. If you fail again, accept it. Attempt again. It's a cycle, no problem at all. But that does not mean you don't set higher goals in life. So when you set higher goals, you may have कितने बार अपन goal तो set कर देते हैं. Then when the journey starts to achieve that goals, you start doubting your talent. That whether I'll be able to achieve it or not. जैसे अपने goal set करके आपको 20 किलो वजन कम करना है. 2 वीक निकल जाते हैं या 15 किलो वजन कम करना है. 2-3 वीक निकल जाते हैं and then you start doubting. That whether I'll be able to do it or not. Whether मेरे में इतना ताकत है कि नहीं कि मैं 5 महीने में 20 किलो 15 किलो कम कर पाऊंगा. And then the moment you start doubting yourself, you have already accepted failure. And in the wrong way, and you start feeling hopelessness. At that very moment, you have not even reached the journey. Even the failure is not even come on to you. आपका time frame भी पूरा नहीं हुआ है. उसके पहले ही you will start feeling hopeless. So don't doubt yourself. Second is when you set higher goals and there is a lot of delay. Like कितने बार अपन जैसे अपने 20 किलोमीटर भागना है, अपन 5 किलोमीटर भागते थक जाते हैं, 7 किलोमीटर भागते थक जाते हैं. We have to keep on trying. Sometimes the impatience will come. You'll have to be 42 kilometers. You need a lot of patience. Sometimes a point will come when you start running out of patience. It will come. And when that impatience comes, you will start feeling hopeless. So if you want to achieve that higher goal of yours, you will have to imbibe a lot of patience in yourself. Otherwise, hopelessness will come. Third is overconfidence का एक nature. We were फिनलैंड गए थे तब. एक बार विनय के साथ विनय कहाँ गए? विनय उसका एग्जाम कर दिया? हाँ? Rivan, okay. He's taken Rivan. So we were in Finland. And I was telling him आगे की ये कुछ एक्टिविटी बुक करना है. अरे भैया हो जाएगा, जस्ट हो जाएगा, बुकिंग हो जाएगी. अपने पास नंबर नहीं है, अपने पास कुछ नहीं है, बुकिंग होएगी कैसे? उसका आधार क्या है बुकिंग होने का? नहीं, हमारी बुकिंग नहीं. बस हो जाएगा, गुरुदेव की कृपा है, हो जाएगा. गुरुदेव कहाँ से आ गए? गुरुदेव की कृपा है. अपन बहुत इजीली ये पॉइंट में बोला था, बहुत इजीली ये पॉइंट अपन भी बोलते हैं. गुरु की कृपा है. गुरु की कृपा क्या होती है? जो काम आपके अच्छे होते हैं वो गुरु की कृपा नहीं होती. अच्छे काम में और बुरे काम में, बुरे रिजल्ट में आप अगर स्टेबल रहते हो ना, तो वो गुरु की कृपा. जो घटना जैसी घटनी वैसी होगा, जो प्रसंग जैसा होना है वो वैसे ही होगा, उसमें बदलाव नहीं आएगा. अगर आप स्टेबल रह गए, वो गुरुदेव की कृपा है. वो काम अच्छा होगा तो वो गुरुदेव की कृपा. ऐसा प्लीज स्टेटमेंट बनती है उसकी. बिकॉज जब खराब काम होगा तो उनके ऊपर आरोप आएगा. अच्छे काम का अगर आप उनको श्रेय दे रहे हैं तो बुरे काम का आरोप भी उनके ऊपर आएगा. तो वो स्टेबिलिटी जो होगी आपने जो आएगी ना, अच्छे प्रसंग, बुरे प्रसंग, आई एम स्टेबल, वो गुरुदेव की. ये जस्ट आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट मैंने बोला है. जब बिकॉज पीपल यूज दैट, कोई भी काम करे अपने पास कृपा है ना, हो जाए. ऐसा नहीं होता है. कोई आधार होना चाहिए. दैट ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस, bad results, hopelessness, depression. So don't be overconfident about it. It's not, and some people think it's positive thinking. It's not positive thinking, it's stupid thinking. Plan yourself. At the level there we are, we need to plan ourselves. So the remedy for this would be glad acceptance, hope, patience, like we discussed that you need patience, and persistence. Like look at this example of Michael Jordan. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 20 26 times I have trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life. That is why I succeed. The last line, and that is why I succeed. He keeps on trying. He never felt hopeless. Such a great basketball player. So these are things that we need, like role models. Keep such people with such ideologies as role models for their right virtues. So you can learn from them. The second point, गलत धारणा प्यार के बारे में. What is love? Misconception about love. You know, love is a beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. When we are in true love, अपने को लगता है we can do anything in this world. We can conquer the world. We're in a different type of happiness. कितने बार I have felt that sometimes with the guru love part of it. That even when I hear those, which I one में मैंने even ये साधना भी दी थी कि आप वो म्यूजिक सुनिए. आप कोई भी लव सॉन्ग को गुरु भक्त सॉन्ग बना सकते हैं. कोई भी सॉन्ग. Even when we went for the Arijit concert, each and every love song of his, you would feel that वो भक्ति है. But when you are in that true love, आपको एक अलग ही feeling, एक अलग ही उमंग, एक अलग ही आएगा आपको एक feeling. When that is sort of an eternal love concept. But what is our problem? We are not able to understand that. We are not able to witness that energy of love. कितने बार? अपना जो love है ना, उसमें 3 D's की deficiency. 3 D's. The first is our love is very, very dependent. We are very, very possessive about the person that we love. हर चीज में अपन उसको पूरा कंट्रोल भी करना चाहते हैं. So start analyzing that the people whom I love, am I very, very dependent on that person? I should not be dependent on that person. I should not be so possessive about that person. I am very, very possessive about that person. I keep on thinking that ये हर, so everything they have to do as per me. पूरा का पूरा उस पर कंट्रोल मेरा होना चाहिए. That's not right. Second is demanding. This we can take it with children. See, I'm not talking about love with only. It could be with children, with parents, with your wife, with your girlfriend, with any this thing. With children also, our love is very conditional. Don't we feel that? But exam में ये result आएगा, तो you will get this. You will achieve this, you will get this. So we put conditions in our life. Our condition is so big, our love is so less. वो बच्चा भी बड़ा होकर क्या बोलेगा कि Dad, I got all those things because of my effort, not because of your love. You put so many conditions in my path that if I achieve those conditions, then only I would get those things. You never gave it out of love to me. So start thinking on those aspects. Our love is very conditional, very dominating. Sometimes, especially in the Indian culture, the husband-wife thing, the male has little extra power and he starts dominating in the relationship. Could be elsewise also good. So, धीरे धीरे you think that you want the other person to act the way you want him to act. उसका सोचना भी अपनी तरह से होना चाहिए. I want him to think like that. When anything happens against that, you start getting angry and upset. And you feel that that person is not loving. The moment he deviates from your thought process, you directly आप उसके ऊपर आरोप लगा रहे हो that person does not love. Does it happen? That he has not done things according to me, that means he does not love. This is a misconception about love. What is love? You should love yourself first, like we have always told you, love yourself first. Fill yourself with so much of love that you have only love to impart. Ye day one say from the day one the same. See, things will not change, the theories will not change. Imbibe yourself, inject yourself with so much of love, you have only love to give. Second, love others for their values. ये अभी दृष्टि का विषय है. Start loving the other person not for their body, not for their looks, not for their materialistic things. Start loving them for their values. एक आपको एक अलग टाइप का एक फीलिंग आने लग जाएगा. एक अलग टाइप का रेस्पेक्ट आने लग जाएगा उस लव में. Love selflessly, just not to fulfill your desires. Selflessly start loving the other person. And fourth, love unconditionally without the baggage of expectations. Now this is the concept of how a God loves or a guru loves a student and where there are no conditions. That is eternal. That is total selfless love. वो लव जब होगा ना, the feeling is totally different. So ये अपने misconceptions, the 3 Ds keep in mind, the dominating part of it, the demanding part of it, and the dependency part of it. The 3 things in my love, not only wife, not only children, all aspects, any relationship where you can have love. Start analyzing this. ये अपने एक साधना में दे देंगे आगे कि मेरे conditions तो नहीं है, मैं ज़्यादा demanding तो नहीं हूँ, मैं ज़्यादा dependent तो नहीं हूँ. Start analyzing that. Start evolving yourself beyond these things. Let my love be little different, little superior to you. Let my love go towards true love. Life will be different. Rejection in love. Now the third cause of depression is rejection in love. Rejection in love could be in various stages of life. It could be not only boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be even if you are married for 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and later on after 20-25 years you feel that you are rejected. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. वो रिजेक्शन के बाद 20 साल की शादी के बाद डिवोर्स भी होता है. So that is basically rejection in love. So sometimes it will happen that why does this happen? Person will feel जो भी love से बाहर निकलेगा, he will feel that ये मेरे साथ क्यों होता है? वो he will be very sensitive. That person will be very sensitive. And that when he gets rejected in love, you have to be very careful even if you speak to him because कोई भी चीज हो उसको बहुत wrong way में ले सकते. So that time, when you are really hurt with your heart, the advice given to that person who is rejected in love is, there are 3 advices given to you. First is, do not think from your hurt heart. God has given one more thing to think. The brain. Think from your, because only अगर दिल से ही सोचना होता, because sometimes people see ना, मैं तो दिल से सोचता हूँ, मेरे को दिमाग की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं, ये दिमाग से भी सोचिए. Because when your heart is hurt, it is not going to take the right decision. Go resort to your brain. This is not the heart Stephanie. This is a different item altogether. So keep this on side and start thinking from your brain. So they have given the heart and they have given the brain. Second is, beautiful thing when you are rejected in love. In the morning, we have given that power breakfast before 15 minutes of positive thinking. Just fill yourself with so much of positive thoughts. Sanskar, those positive thoughts continuously जब circulate होंगे अपने system के अंदर, they will get converted into sanskar. So when any negative situation happens, you will be able to come out of it very easy. Very easy. Because so much of positive thoughts you put inside yourself. Now you could be rejected in love in sense, it could be even with parents, it could be with children, they reject you. ऐसा होता है. It's not, need not be only, I'm talking about any relationship. Start thinking about any relationship. You will feel very hurt that time. So start thinking from your brain. Take decisions from your brain, not from your heart that time. Second is, give yourself so much of positive thinking. You need that. That's the most important thing. Power breakfast, remember that power breakfast point of view, that positive thinking अपने आप को देते जाएंगे. And the third is, like we discussed earlier, start loving the way God loves you. Start loving the way God loves you. Start loving the way Guru loves you. There are no conditions. He loves you the way you are. अभी ये मूवी आई थी, कौन सी मूवी थी? लेटेस्ट ए दिल है मुश्किल. It was one sided पूरा. रणबीर कपूर used to love अनुष्का शर्मा. अनुष्का शर्मा used to love फवाद खान. ऐश्वर्या राय used to love रणबीर कपूर. and शाहरुख खान used to love. पूरा साइकिल जा रहा है. इसको परफेक्ट मालूम है. I thought ये पूरा कनेक्शन मैंने ही बिठाया था. It is all one-sided. पूरा का पूरा. No problem. When sometimes you have to give the freedom to the other person also. See, we are taught that if you give the freedom to the other person, ये एक शास्त्रीय चीज है कि मैं अगर freedom चाहता हूँ तो सामने वाले को भी freedom दे सकता हूँ. कि they can decide whom they want to love, whom they don't want to love. And when you go in spirituality, you will feel that okay, मेरा journey इस आदमी के साथ इतने समय तक ही था. So once the rejection comes in, you will take it very easy. Okay, I had 5 years with them, I had 10 years with them, I had 15 years with them. It is not that पूरी जिंदगी खत्म हो गई. एक अपने प्ले का एक सीन खत्म हो गया, सीन 2 चालू. Just think of it like that. When you think of it and make it little small, it doesn't appear to be so bad. When we think it's the end of the world, you feel that I'm devastated, I'm finished. Just move on with life. It's the next new scene. So these are the 3 things. Constantly, cause 4 is constantly being self-critical. This we have seen feeling of rejection or dislike for your own self. Low confidence is the byproduct of a big ego, which we had seen nishvalta and nirasha को link करने के लिए you have that big ego. If you crush your ego, that is the main thing. Each time your ego was hurt by a failure, your confidence dipped. Over time, repeated incidents make it a personality trait. If it's going on again and again and again, it becomes a personality trait. Long phase of insecurity or low confidence is not because of failures, but due to ego. So the main thing is to try and work on your ego. That is the main factor over here. If you try and work on your ego, you can create the difference between nishvalta and nirasha, and both you can keep them both separate. So even if you have failures in life, you can again go back and make another attempt. So the ego is a key factor over here. And the last point is, the next point is negative thinking. Negative thinking. We had, I given a couple of days back that you need to check the people around you. We had given as a thought of the day. That is now very, very crucial because the people around you influence your thinking process. So if you have, see generally you will see that जो आदमी negative सोचने वाला होगा ना, उसको वापस किस टाइप का संग पसंद आएगा? जनरली उसको उस टाइप का ही संग पसंद है. जिसको पार्टी करना है उसको किस टाइप के लोग पसंद आएंगे? वो अपने ग्रुप में आएगा. Generally difficult because he would want to party all the time. He'll have his late nights. He'll not be interested in fitness. He'll not be interested in all this. He would want like-minded people. So the circle around you actually influences you a lot. Level 1 पे जो आपने सिखाया था was about forgiving. Level 2 पे in this positive thinking process, what we are going to learn is about forgetting. Forgiving is okay, easy now. For us, all of us, it's not difficult. We can easily forgive people. It's not difficult. Forgetting the incident is now going to be the next task. I don't think that अपने में से भी इतना difficult अपने को लगेगा किसी को माफ करना. It's very easy now for us. It's so many months now, almost a year now in this journey. The next is to forget the incident. Because अगर अपन forget नहीं करेंगे ना, वो चीज वापस बाहर है. वो revenge, अपने को revenge लेने का एक भावना भी आए. अपन उस समय forgive बोल देंगे, forgive कर लिया. But we are